Another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. I'm Kier. Unfortunately, there's no Jason here today, but I am here to review a film that is currently streaming on Peacock, and that film is They Them. And I say, without further ado, I say we get right into it. So real quick, so They Them is a horror film. It's basically about a conversion camp for members of the LGBTQ plus community. And so it's basically about a group of members of this community that attend this conversion camp that is supposedly not like religious conversion. It's kind of like basically so that members of the community can kind of find out who they are, why they are the way that they are, let them know that there's supposedly no shame in that. But you could definitely tell there's some underlying things that they are maybe trying to convert the kids in order to be straight, basically, because the camp is basically led by Kevin Bacon's character, and then his wife is also a counselor, and then they have other members of the faculty and staff at the camp that basically are that were basically converted members themselves. So people that basically came to the camp, became converted, and now are theoretically straight, and are now also part of the camp counseling. In the backdrop, it's also a horror film because there's clearly a serial killer that is killing people either outside of that camp or that's associated some kind of capacity with the camp. And that's kind of basically the nutshell of the film. Not really a whole lot to go into. You kind of have to see it for yourself. Overall, I just didn't care for this one. It's supposedly like a horror film, and there's like a death early in the film, and then it's like an hour where like almost literally nothing happens. It's just basically just these kids, and it's not a very long film. It's maybe like an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that. And then it's basically just about these like kids and young adults basically trying to find themselves at this camp, while occasionally there's like a death here and there, and then most of the deaths are saved towards the end of the film. So it kind of plays like a gay conversion camp slash, I don't know, I'm going to say like Friday the 13th kind of pairing a little bit, because they're at like a camp. There's like this person that's in a mask. It's like going around like killing people. But there just wasn't enough killing, I guess, in the film. It was almost like it was like two separate films. It was like trying to be like this gay conversion camp, which is enough horrors in itself in terms of what they're subjecting these kids to do and the things that they're doing to these kids at this camp. But it's also a horror film because there's like this serial killer out in the woods killing members of the camp as well. So it kind of felt like two different films, and there just wasn't enough killing for me to say it was a full-on horror film. And then there wasn't enough. There was a lot of the kids trying to be converted and that sort of stuff. So, but it was just kind of a messy film for me. I didn't mind I felt like it would have been better served if it was like an actual horror film. There's a lot more deaths, or if they were just going to just have the horror be about the camp counselors and kind of what they were doing to the kids. In my opinion, that would have made for a better film if it could just focus and decide which kind of film it really wanted to be. So I just didn't really care for the film. I just felt like it was kind of a little bit all over the place, and it was uninteresting in parts. There was parts where I'm just like, okay, is anybody going to die? Or are we going to start killing some of these kids? There's a lot of fodder here. Let's go ahead and start eliminating kids or some of these camp counselors, whatever case may be. And it just took too long to get to its point and get to the message it was trying to make. So for me, it wasn't a good film. I just didn't care for it enough. So, I liked what it was trying to go for. It was just messy. So if I had to give this one a grade, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. So that's basically just kind of a straight face, because it wasn't super terrible, but it wasn't good either. So it's not a film that I would personally recommend, and not one that I would personally see again. I do know my counterpart, Jason, I think he enjoyed it a lot more than I did, but I unfortunately just didn't care for this one. Sorry, guys. This one's a pass for me. But let me know down in the comments, have you seen They Them? Did you like it? Did you not like it? As always, if you like the channel, we ask that you like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and we'll be back again soon with another show, hopefully with both of us here. And you can also find this film, streaming on Peacock as well. Thanks so much, and hope you have a great day.